There, there are times when people come into the meeting and they are so shut down. We try to do our best to welcome them and be as loving as we possibly can. But it's almost like the pain is coming out of the pores of their body. They're just hurting so terribly badly. And they may, stumble in, walk in and walk out and come back. And I, when I first started this years ago, I had this little red book, and whenever someone showed up, it's private, everything's confidential, but I write down their first name, and it was kind of like my reminder to pray for these people. And when I don't do the little red book anymore. It's been too many people, and um but I do, think about the people in the group, and when I do, I pray for them, and I pray so often for encouragement and for healing, and for them to come to a place of, placing their sorrows and suffering and understanding what's going on. Addiction, it runs in families. And I've seen people that were just surrounded. Every single person in their family was an addict except for them, and they were just a doormat. Um, there's just so much chaos and confusion and lack of boundaries and lack of respect. Just the pain. The pain is so, so deep. It just runs so deep. But there's a rainbow on the other side of all that pain. There really is. Um, if you search for it. So April 16th, I came to Al-Anon in so much pain that I quickly opened my arms and my heart to whatever the program and its members were willing to show me. What I discovered is that what I go through in life is not as important as how I interpret the experience. In other words, I have a choice about my attitude. For instance, I always expected my happiness to come through others, especially my alcoholic parents. I spent most of my life waiting for them to show their love and approval in a way I could understand. They didn't, and I felt deprived and unlovable as a result. Al-Anon has helped me to interpret my situation differently. Through working the steps, I have learned that I am lovable, regardless of what a parent or anyone else thinks. I can either feel sorry for what I missed, or I can appreciate the chance to learn to love and appreciate myself. I do some of both, but today I know I have a choice. Today's reminder. It's time to stop waiting for others to take care of me. The only person who can love me the way I want to be loved is me. Gradually, I accepted the fact, oh, sorry, here's the quote. Gradually, I accepted the fact that my if only wishes were not about to come true, but I also learned that I could be happy even if they didn't. And that's from Al-Anon Faces, Alcoholism. What to say? In my journey to understand my alcoholic father, one of the things that became clear to me is that embedded in his, family of nine, and father that was deceased and an alcoholic mother, is he just never felt loved. He never felt appreciated, cherished, accepted, or loved. And the thing that transformed all of that for him was going to AA, certainly getting sober, so he could come up and deal with the, reality of this world, accepting himself and accepting the love and acceptance that was extended to him through people who participated in the program. It was healing for him. And there were tangible reasons and intangible reasons why he was an alcoholic for so many years. But at the other end of it, was such a gentle and loving and giving and gracious individual he had his moments. There's this thing called a dry drunk, it wasn't perfect, but he was certainly a transformed. And and the love of others was what facilitated that transformation. It's one thing to know God, it's another thing to experience genuine love through other people. And that's what he needed. He just needed love and acceptance. We all do. We all do. We need people to understand our struggles and we need to be accepted for who we are. So, again, that's my plug for a 12-step program. Go find a situation that fits you and embrace the loving kindness and acceptance that comes from those who participate in a 12-step program.